I sleep with married men for a living, and I get a lot of comments from women asking why these guys cheat. I think it's a really good topic for conversation and it's very controversial, and I want to get into it because I feel like I probably have some pretty good insight on this topic.
All right, this woman sleeps with married men, bruh. Just just the title of that video is insane to me. Like for this to be going on all over the world, United States, all over the place, it's just diabolical, man. Like, why even get married, man? Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful who you decide to have family with, who you decide to lay down with, make kids with, have a family with, bruh. Because there's a lot of shadiness that goes on out here in these streets. So you just gotta be careful, man. We got to be super careful. So insane. But let's watch a little bit more of this video. See what she's talking about.
Given I've probably slept with more married men than the majority of people in the world. When you get into the nitty-gritty of it with these guys, they can be pretty open. I mean, two people being completely undressed in a room, they spill out some secrets. I would say the most common reason that I hear is that they have not actually done the deed in extended periods of time. So numbers that I've heard is 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Okay. Okay. Now, this one's for the ladies, man. If you're not giving your husband the goodies, I mean, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, anything over a week is kind of crazy, man. Like you gotta listen. Men are physical by nature, right? Our love language is bonding physically, intimacy. You know what I'm saying? Doing the do, right? Slapping, slapping the cheeks. You feel what I'm saying? Like you can't be holding out, ladies, if you want your marriage to stay healthy, and and for your you want to make sure your husband don't step out. But even though that don't give him the right to do it, like if you have some kind of health issues, that's understandable. But if you're totally healthy and everything good, you gotta be giving it up. Stop playing out here.
I'm sorry, but if you are not doing the deed with your partner, I think you're actually delusional if you don't think that he is going to go out and try to find that need somewhere else. Men are a little bit different to us in the sense that most of them feel connection and love through physical touch. Okay, majority of them, I would say 80 or 90% easily. When they are not.
Yep, I was just talking about that. The physical touch is important to men. Women, you guys are based off emotions and feelings, and men are based, they stuff comes off with physical touch. So got to be touching and doing some things, bro.
Not getting that in the marriage or in the partnership, they are going to look to have that need fulfilled somewhere else. And when I say things like this, women are like, oh, well, you're saying we have to do it. We have to do it. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm also saying that they don't really have to be loyal to you if you're not going to fulfill that need. And now there are a lot of reasons why a woman may feel like she doesn't want to do that anymore. And I'm going to do a separate video on that. But I think we.
Look, here's the deal, bro. Like this girl, it's no telling how much money she's making. I'm sure she has like higher end clients. You know what I'm saying? If you got the discretionary income to go out and hire somebody like this to get down with, you see it all the time, professional athletes, you got high end actors, people that's superstar celebrities and stuff of that nature. But I tell you right now, man, I know some regular folks. I mean, I got some friends that I've had over the years that do things like this. And from what I hear is it keeps everything just transactional and simple. No stress. You're providing financial needs for a female like this, and she's providing that physical connection contact that you need as a man. So a lot of men prefer to do this type of thing, especially when they're the more highly successful men. But don't get married, bro. That's just the whole thing for me. Like, just don't even get married. Like, just stay single. Like that's just the best way to go.
Need to take some accountability for how our actions led to this happening. You should not be together if you don't want to be doing the deed. You shouldn't.
See, she's saying all the right things, even though she belongs to the streets. she's still, she's got some logic behind her thinking.
Even be together anymore. Let that person go so that they can go and find what they really want, or someone who really does feel that thing for them. Now, I get separating is really complicated. A lot of the time, there's kids and a lot of assets, especially for the kind of clients that see me. They have a lot of businesses and property, etc., that would have to get divided between the two parties, if they get divorced. I get that it's not that simple. But at the end of the day, why are you together if you're not actually feeling that you want that person, having that urge? Why?
So yeah, that's if you're not. Here's the deal, man. Because I've been married a long, long time. Look, things fade. You have to keep things fresh, right? Like I'm not a relationship expert. I'm just sharing my experiences. Um, you got to try. You got to keep things fresh. You got to continue to date. You can't just be content, because you got to understand you in a relationship and there's two of y'all, and y'all, you need to be communicating. You need to let them know, hey, I'm feeling this way, I'm feeling that way. Like keep lines of communication open. Just don't let time keep going by, because 1 week turns into a month, then a month turns into years, and then next thing you know, y'all sitting up in a counseling session getting ready to get divorced because y'all haven't touched each other. Y'all just became roommates. So you just got to communicate and keep the lines of communication open.
Are you together? Another thing that I do often hear is that it is happening, the deed, but it's very unenthusiastic. We're talking like laying there and being like, okay, get it over and done with. Like, I hear this all the time. That is
Oh yeah, that's another thing, man. It can't be like just some kind of emotionless type of activity, man. When you first start dating somebody, it's all passionate and hot and steamy, and then as time goes on, it becomes like just routine. It's the same sights, sounds, smells, taste. You dig what I'm saying? So you kind of get, what is the word here? You get kind of like settled, so to speak. Like content, and you got to keep that. You got to keep it spicy, man, and keep trying to different things, explore different things, man, because this is a lifelong commitment once you get married.
not an experience that anyone wants to have, feeling like they have forced their partner into doing it and you're just laying there and taking it, like you're not an active participant in it. Another really big one is they may have an ink, that word that I can't say on here with a K at the start of it, that the partner isn't willing to fulfill. Common ones I hear about are egging, put a P on the side of that because I can't say the other word.
So yeah, most men, what's the saying? We want a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. That's what she's talking about. But look, man, the bottom line is this. Here's the deal, bro. You can't, don't get married, okay? That's what it is. If you're gonna be married, man, you got to deal with what it comes with. Like if your partner is not abusing you, or just running through all the money, and like some kind of gambling issues or some kind of addict issues, something that's unbearable, or they putting their hands on y'all kids, like you got to work it out, bro. Because it just don't make sense to be in a marriage, be totally intimate with each other, procreate, make kids, have babies together, and then end up your spouse is out doing a do with some random stranger and paying them a healthy amount of money to do it. So just be careful out here. Be selective of who you decide to lay down with. Be selective who you decide to get married with. Because once that paperwork goes in, it ain't just you and that person no more. The government behind the whole thing. So it's crazy out here, bro. Just be safe. Be smart. And damn, watch where you're sticking your pecker. All right, man. That's going to be it for this one. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.